my babies within this paradigm shift. You remember the blocks I bled on, the hand-to-hand grind. I'm on my Sabi, you still on Neanderthal time. I'm still cool with Louis and Gucci. I know what to do to spoil you. Your glamorized mind won't be wrapped in aluminum for you, but loyal is a must. All we got is trust. Conscious really mean you aware. All we got is us. Reflection. All I'm asking you to do is listen. Protection. Except when me and you creating friction. You throwing everything back in my face that I spoke with you. Instead of recognizing that's how a king share his soul with you. EnQi.
What's faith without love? Love without faith. Love without love. What's faith without love? Love without faith. Love without love.
You gon' go through that. That's how that's going. That's how that's going down. When we up. What happened when we up don't determine who we are. It's what happened when we down when we come.
Baby, the paradigm is full-time fathers in drop squad kitchens. We don't sell drugs, we export physics, meaning we pimp our genetics, but not with calisthenics. We own our image and likeness, we selling our presence. Now is a gift that we spend in shopping, bending optics, monetizing trending topics. The tag is bridal, Beyonce half a title. Math is vital, your past is idle, the bag is viral. The swag is viral, contagious is an understatement. Your faith to have a nigga bigger than entertainment. I just wanna tuck you away so you don't have to grind no more. With the mind of a genius and a dick like a dinosaur.
What's faith without love? Love without faith. Love without love. What's faith without love? Love without faith. Love without love. Love without us. Love without us. Love without us. Love without us.
Faith and love, love and faith. Believe, faith and love, love and faith. Believe, faith and love, love and faith. Play this song, we got babies to make. Hey, the babies got millions to make. Let's get it. Don't forbid it, got too much at stake. Play this song, we got love to make. Doctor's orders, we got babies to make.
Love without us. 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 Love without us.
Faith and love, love and faith. Believe, faith and love, love and faith. Believe, faith and love, love and faith. Play this song, we got babies to make. Hey, the babies got millions to make. Let's get it. Don't forbid it, got too much at stake. Play this song, we got love to make. Doctor's orders, we got babies to make. You always complain about money and time, but that don't matter if I can't raise my babies within this paradigm shift. You remember the blocks I bled on, the hand-to-hand grind. I'm on my Sabi, you still on Neanderthal time. I'm still cool with Louis and Gucci. I know what to do to spoil you. Your glamorized mind won't be wrapped in aluminum for you, but loyal is a must. All we got is trust. Conscious really mean you aware. All we got is us. Reflection. All I'm asking you to do is listen. Protection. Except when me and you creating friction. You throwing everything back in my face that I spoke with you. Instead of recognizing that's how a king share his soul with you. EnQi.
What's faith without love? Love without faith. Love without love. What's faith without love? Love without faith. Love without love.
You gon' go through that. That's how that's going. That's how that's going down. When we up. What happened when we up don't determine who we are. It's what happened when we down when we come.
Baby, the paradigm is full-time fathers in drop squad kitchens. We don't sell drugs, we export physics, meaning we pimp our genetics, but not with calisthenics. We own our image and likeness, we selling our presence. Now is a gift that we spend in shopping, bending optics, monetizing trending topics. The tag is vital, Beyonce half a title. Math is vital, your past is idle, the bag is viral. The swag is viral, contagious is an understatement. Your faith to have a nigga bigger than entertainment. I just wanna tuck you away so you don't have to grind no more. With the mind of a genius and a dick like a dinosaur.
What's faith without love? Love without faith. Love without love. What's faith without love? Love without faith. Love without love. Love without us. Love without us. Love without us.
Talking about the yayo. Woo. 158.
Free lunch niggas.
Talking about the yayo. We chase millions now. We chase millions now. Ooh. We chase millions now.
Bouncing on the throwed out mattress.
Too young to understand that smell under the door, or the funny way my mom talked without moving her jaw. Boy, them trips to the store was the longest I ever saw. I was 7 with my little sister crying on the floor. I couldn't tell if she was crying for my mother or the hunger. No time to wonder. I had to provide. She was younger. See, tap water dinners made black sort of sinners. Thinking back, Lord forgive us. Young and black in the winters was a curse. Thinking eat now and shoot first. Wolves do work, worms do dirt. Who worse? Survival of the fittest made us try what was in us. Followed my mom's up to Mildred's, my birth in the business. Imagine 10 trying to figure what your mom fucking with. Then the pimp tell you, crackheads stay high sucking dick. The guards in the street sell pussy and coke. I flipped 2 quarters in the power. After that I was ghost. Watching knots landing, I had my own apartment at 13. I was abandoned, initiated into the street, but I ain't know what I was part of. Raised by wolves like Sparta, a blood money barter, worshiping idols and the importance of what we sported. Ballin' was about having balls, we didn't play in Jordans. 14, I was a father, trying to learn how to handle it along with inventory, payroll, shrink management. I witnessed murder since 3 as the law of the lands, but it changed when Jennifer brother Mike died in my hands. It made my mind tick different. I realized there was a clock, OT off the block, bubbling yay in the rock. Then Paulie got locked, Smalls and Gary got locked. When the stock drops on hot blocks, it's time to play hopscotch, dodge cops in advance, and live to throw another brick or flip that economic education into some other shit. Time I did the wisdom on the private prison system for slavery forbidden, but cocaine couldn't list them as willing participants, but niggas wasn't listening. I said something in their bloodstream deeper than they discipline. Freeway Ricky Ross disease, make them do it. Turn state property for Maybach music. Gary Webb said it was Reagan. My pop said it was Bush that turned kings into crooks, that'd kill over looks. Paper over books, addicted to the green, fiending for fiends to cop more than fiends fiend for the rock. Selling dreams at 90% off with free wolf tickets, leading lambs to the slaughter. Bad boy is big business. Brotherly love overcome oppression in the projects. When you got a community restoration in progress, led by real niggas on the front line that really get busy. Bricked up moving herbs like the third Lil Biggie. Hey, that 120. You know what I mean? Books and all that Farrar, that Elijah Muhammad, you know what I mean? All that pull some of us up out of there, you know what I mean? Like Dr. Sabi, you know what I mean? Got us up out of that.
What they say, God. God bless the child. What they say, God. We say, God bless the child that hold his home. We say it again. God bless
is we just forget this whole other side of the equation, right? Time equals money. Well, if time equals money, then why aren't we gearing our lives to the time side? That's the secret. That's the whole purpose of keeping people in poverty, so that they never have time. You ask them to read the thing that they need to do to empower themselves. Oh, I don't got time for that. Yo, when the last time you been to the gym? Damn, yo, I got the membership, but yo, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't been having the time to really. Well, when is the last time you did a little workout or something? Anything, just a few push-ups. We got 60-second. Like literally, I done simplified this shit down to 60-second workouts. I don't know what to do past creating 60-second workouts for niggas. Like, this is the workout you do. This is 60 seconds for circulation in the lower body. This is circulation for your heart. This is for your brain. 60 seconds of this. This just 60 seconds throughout the day. I need you. Y'all don't have time because I'm so busy doing what? What are you busy doing? What are you busy doing? Right? What's that? How that saying go? Busy doing nothing. Busy doing nothing. Right? So these are the things that we got to get. Genetics, it's genetics are expressed differently with everybody. So we have to get So our genes are literally determine how our bodies build. The uniqueness of our bodies really determine our true recommended daily values of things. What else was I talking about in this same pocket? Because we had a pretty good convo this morning. Like, I didn't catch all of it on video, because we jog. So when we do our little jog, it's like a 2-mile jog down to like the lake, where the ocean come in and out, and then Ken's on the other side is a nice little scenic view. And so there's that. And then there, we might do a little exercise there or something. And then there's the run back. So we be having a lot of combo on the run. You know what I'm saying? And then on the run, on the run back, niggas on the run eating. NORE, right? But yeah, we captured a few different things, because I was also explaining to the boys that when I was their age, I thought that rich people were segregated from, and this kind of partially came up from them listening to me calling in to the Hotep Jesus show yesterday when they had the debate. They was kind of listening in to what I was saying on the show. After the debate, they opened up the phone lines and we was all calling back and back calling in back and forth. It was kind of crazy. But we were talking about the discrepancy So Mark Lamont Hill, right? He tried to pull a fast one. And he was saying that the Democrats have done a good job based on the unemployment numbers. And so Hotep Jesus is saying, listen, those numbers are aggregated numbers. So you can't really tell. So the overall conversation was Kamala going to be good for Black folks or not? Right. And so Hotep Jesus counters his unemployment, statistic that he threw out there by saying those are aggregated numbers. Mark Lamont Hill, trying to be smart, responded with the dumbest thing he could ever do. And I guess he thought that because he was speaking to two guys that were not from Michigan, he could get away with this. But I'm listening in, and I'm here. I live here, right? So Grosse Pointe, he mentions Grosse Pointe in Detroit. Grosse Pointe, the average houses in Grosse Pointe is $1 million houses. The average houses in Detroit is $70,000, $100,000 houses. Some stuff is $20,000, $50,000. Like and this is the reason why Hotep Jesus was saying you can't use aggregated numbers to give an accurate picture of the benefit in a particular demographic, because we're speaking specifically to Black people dealing with jobs and unemployment and this. You can't mash people's numbers together from different cities, because the different cities, and that was a prime example. Grosse Pointe, them people in Grosse Pointe, they don't even have employment. Like, that's not even an employment type of city.
And I do mean most of us. Under Trump and under Biden and under Obama. It's not a Democrat-Republican thing. Under all these presidents for the last 10 to 12 years, Black unemployment has been declining. Black unemployment is in the single digits. Black people aren't desperately looking for jobs as much as the world wants you to think. To me, a better argument that y'all could make, if I were Uncle Hotep, who I'm supposed to be debating, I would be saying, y'all act like the sky is falling. Negroes got jobs. Y'all act like the world is on fire under Trump. Negroes got jobs. What are you tripping about? That to me would be a better argument. What I'm saying is we have jobs. And so the people coming over, taking the job selling oranges or taking the job doing childcare, Black people didn't want them. I own a business. I'm looking for people to hire. I can't hire a person, not because I won't hire a Black person, but because Black people aren't looking for jobs in this area because they have jobs. That's all I'm saying. So when it's not, I understand how you're saying that your example of the factory contradicts the dominant narrative. It's not that I don't follow your thinking. I disagree. Unlike you, you're saying my stuff doesn't make sense. I'm saying what you're saying makes sense. I just disagree.
I just disagree on that one point. I just don't understand that one point, and I disagree where you said that Black people wouldn't fill those jobs.
I heard you, and my response to what you said is that the difference is for two things. One, you're offering an example that may contradict the dominant narrative, but again, I don't know that example. I haven't seen that example. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I can't speak to it because I don't know. You're asking me to speak to a hypothetical. I don't go by vibes. I need the evidence. But also, sometimes there are outliers. Sometimes there's a single case that is different than the case. That's why I gave the white man winning the slam dunk contest example. That factory could be the white man winning the slam dunk contest. I don't know because I don't know that example. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I don't know that example to speak to it. And I don't speak to things I don't know. But yes, I go by the overall numbers, because if the overall numbers show, it's like when white people say there's no racism, you got a Black president. Well, yeah, he's exceptional, right? He's exceptional. I'm not going to look at the one case in Detroit you're mentioning and ignore the hundreds of thousands or millions of jobs, that follow a particular pattern. That's all I'm saying. I'm going by the pattern. I'm going by the overall number. I'm making a case about the overall picture of Black unemployment, not a specific case. Maybe the situation in Detroit for Mexicans and Blacks is different. It could be. I don't know. I'm not from Detroit. You know what I mean? Uncle Hotep, is he from? No, he's from PA. You're the one who's really familiar with the D. What? You're the one who's really familiar with the D. You're the one who's really familiar with the D. I'm more familiar with Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, etc. I don't know the D. You know the D. And so for that reason, I can't speak to it. That's your expertise.
Yo, what just happened?
That's your expertise.
What just happened?
All that said, I got to run, brothers.
What just happened?
I want to be clear to the audience.
Your soul is deep down in your anus, down in your anus, down in your anus.
That's a city of employers. right? That's a city of employers. That's a city where people move after they've already made whatever their life, they made it already. So any young people there are second, third, fourth generation millionaires, primarily. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a city of like, it's one of the richest cities in America. So if you use the employment numbers from that city and add that to the employment numbers of Detroit, obviously, for the people that don't know any better, it's going to make the situation in Detroit seem like it's a lot better than it actually is. And so that's the whole idea with, and so they heard me having that conversation. And so we kind of start, after that, me and the children start having our own conversation about it. And I was like, well, yeah, when I was young, I thought everybody was divided based on money, but it's really not. It's about knowledge and talent, fitting into the 1%. And we probably had to start back up the 1%er school. They had the 5%ers. We had the 1%ers. I'm gonna have to open that. I'm gonna have to restart the 1%er school. You know what I'm saying? Genius school, because being in the 1% is not about having money. This is how people go from poverty into the 1%, like LeBron, right? It's not about having money. It's about having a unique thing that you do better than anybody else in the world, right? And that's where I was getting ready to go before we kind of got off track, right? And that's where I was getting ready to go into like superheroes, and even I was asking y'all about this TV show. Yeah, I was asking y'all about this TV show because this is what this TV show is about. And we keep getting this same concept like over and over. We keep getting this same concept given to us. And at some level, right? At some level, we know that there's some truth to this, because we're all drawn to, if y'all haven't seen this by now, hold on. Let me show y'all another one. If y'all, this is a good one. This is a series. They're on their 4th season right now. But if y'all haven't seen this one, this is a brand new one. If y'all haven't seen this, oh my goodness, slap yourself. If you haven't seen this yet, slap your mother, right? Slap your husband, slap your wife, slap whoever is monopolizing your time, and go watch this, right? But now, when that came out, I wasn't even on it right away. People asked me if I had something to do with writing it. Like, they was like, yo, Ink, you sent books to the, to overseas. I'm like, of course I sent books. What do you, but I don't think I had, I don't think I had anything to do, maybe over the years, just, the butterfly effect, of course. But no, it's a great series. It's a series, right? And I think that we know at some level these things are true, but because in the comics and the movies, the qualities are so over exaggerated, we don't realize that this is real. We don't realize how real it is. Let me say it that way, right? We're looking for somebody to fly or levitate, right? But we don't realize that, like for me, when I was in school, I was literally able to hang out in the parking lot, shoot dice, smoke, drink, come right into class stinking. I'm talking about stinking, smelling crazy, and get a 99, 98, 97 on the test. Now, mind you, in elementary school, a lot of people can do this, but I was in what was called the Macy's program, which is basically like the top of the line, in high school. And, I'm basically look ma, no hands, blindfolded. That is your flying. That is your levitating. Like, people that can taste. You could go to somebody's house and have a food that you never had before, just from the taste. And from that one taste, every single ingredients every single seasoning the person used. Like, I used to watch Abundance Child do that shit. That was like, that used to give me like chills. I'm like, yo, how you know everything how can you taste one bite and you know every seasoning that's in what you, I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy right there. That is the superhero skill. That's the superhero skill. Like, we don't realize when the superhero is, when you can stay up 3 days, right? When you can stay up 3 days and not, you know, like be losing focus, and like you can still focus and get work. That's a superhero skill. Ask a tattoo artist, you know. A tattoo artist meets superheroes all the time. Listen to what I'm telling you. A tattoo artist meets superheroes damn near every day. And you know a tattoo artist. You ain't even got to know them on a personal level, but just the next time you see, just ask them if you're curious. Be like, hey, do most people cry when they get the tattoos? Or they, you know, yeah. Be like, do you have some people that it just doesn't, you know, they just, and then they be like, oh yeah, we get people like, because people have different pain thresholds. That is a superhero. If you can get a needle stabbing you 100 times a second and you don't flinch, that's a different pain threshold. It's people whose pain threshold is so in reverse that they've turned into a whole sexual subculture where they got to get beat and pinched, and it gets crazier. They got to go into a whole, you know, they need pain in order to stimulate, because their senses are dull in a way, right? Like if I get pinched and say ouch, and somebody else gets pinched and they don't even recognize they've been pinched, the sensitivity is not there. That's going to go to their genitals also. They have to deal with that at their genitals. So as a linebacker, right, if you know how to take that genetic uniqueness and turn that into money, as a boxer, a pugilist, a linebacker, you can make millions of dollars because your body handles, you know, pain registers differently, right? But if you never get in touch with yourself that way, and you don't recognize that can make you depressed. You go into a deviant subculture, you become a drug addict, you got your hand out, you know, life takes a nastier turn, because a lot of times we don't realize that the thing that God has blessed you with is also the curse. Your gift is also your curse. I was able to find this out about myself at a young age, right? My mind has to be, you know, I have to work my mind a certain way, or, it doesn't. So, but your gift is also your curse. So there's a lot of us, there's a term like generational curses. That's not really a real thing. Like, you got a lot of people trying to milk people, doing spells and rituals and all kind of foolishness to remove generational curses. And really, it's generational ignorance of your genetics that has to be removed. Because a lot of us don't understand our genetics, superpowers. The thing that you think is a weakness is a superpower in disguise. If you can't see, that's a superpower. Think about Stevie Wonder. We missing this. They literally make jokes about Stevie Wonder being able to see because of how heightened his sense of acoustics. He's damn near like a dolphin with the radar shit and all that. Like his acoustics is.
I'll tell you Stevie Wonder story, but you're not gonna believe it.
Come on, man.
No, I wouldn't.
I know the story. He's got to tell it. He's got to tell it, Ernie. I know the story. He told me he's got to tell a story.
All right,
he's got to tell a story.
It's a true story. It's a true story. So,
according to Shaq,
we lived in a building on Wilshire. So you park your car and the valet's down there. So I'm already in the building. I'm coming to the lobby. Door opens. It's Stevie Wonder. He comes in, says, "What's up, Shaq?" Presses the button. Hold on, it's true story. Presses the button, gets off on the floor, bounces up, goes to his room. I went and called every person I knew and told them they believe me.
He's a superhero. That's a superhero quality. And he was able to tap into that as a youngster and exploit that for, you know, $1 bazillion. You know, he's a legend now, worldwide, Stevie Wonder. You know what I'm saying? Worldwide, Stevie Wonder. This is what y'all send me the cash apps for. Literally, this is why, you know, you got to keep saying, because I can do this work. And give this back to you, like, you know, like we have to have this information. People are wondering, like, take LeBron, for example.
Based on the way my legs look, because they're kind of small, you would think I don't work my legs, but I do. Hey, how racial are we allowed to get here, Scott?
0.
0 racial. People of West African ancestry typically have smaller calves because through their evolutionary lineage, they are optimized to run and jump better, which actually means that your calves should be mostly tendon to get that bouncy reactive force. And so if you're black and you have small calves, you got an uphill battle coming your way. But good news, the rest of you is born perfect.
In college, Shannon Sharp was a 470-pound bencher, a 500-pound squatter. In this picture right here, you can see he was a big kid. This is no small kid, 6'2". I'm not an apologist for athletes, but I'll tell you this. Having worked with them my entire life, they are outliers. I know a lot about them. Genetically, we weren't all handed out the same gifts.
Genetically, we weren't all handed out the same gifts.
Genetically, we weren't all handed out the same gifts. When we look at Shannon Sharp, let's just talk about the pool that he's in. In the pool of all men walking around the face of the earth, not all of them are 6'2", 230 pounds.
Well, health is your real wealth. You know, that's what we talk about. So even like the Mayweather boxing fitness gyms that I have, you know, around the country as well as around the world, we just truly believe in health is your wealth. We want you working out. We're nobody's going to be here forever, but while we're here, we only have one body, we only have one temple, so we have to take care of our bodies, and that's what I'm doing. If I'm not going to invest in anything, I'm going to invest in myself. You know, health is your real wealth, so I got to make sure that I'm staying in good condition, in good shape.
Go to Amazon now. Get the generational health curriculum for you and your family. Go to Amazon now. Teach them babies generational health before it's too late. Go to Amazon now. Teach them babies generational health before it's too late. Go to Amazon now. Teach them babies generational health before it's too late. They're sharpening up. These guys, this is not just practice. When you, to get to this level, you have to practice based on what your genes are. These are guys that have practiced, eaten, and lived according to their genetic code, their generational health. This is how you get to this level.
I'm just blessed, man. I thank God every day for giving me the athletic ability to go out there and perform like I did tonight, for giving me the athletic ability to go out there and perform.
Man, I thank God every day for giving me the athletic ability to
I think that Mariah is Mariah, and that's what she should be known for her work, and not for being compared or sounding like me. You know, I don't really hear it. You know, there are a few inflections. You know, inflections mean, you know, oh yeah, you know, that's in, you know, that's runs and inflections. So she does a little bit of that. Oh yeah, you know. I think she and I probably have the same tones, you know.
Well, health is your real wealth. You know, that's what we talk about. So Even like the Mayweather boxing fitness gyms that I have, around the country as well as around the world. We just truly believe in health is your wealth. We want you working out. We're nobody's going to be here forever, but while we're here, we only have one body, we only have one temple, so we have to take care of our bodies, and that's what I'm doing. If I'm not going to invest in anything, I'm going to invest in myself. Health is your real wealth, so I got to make sure that I'm staying in good condition, in good shape.
Go to Amazon now. Get the generational health curriculum for you and your family. Go to Amazon now. Teach them babies generational health before it's too late. Go to Amazon now. Teach them babies generational health before it's too late. Go to Amazon now. Teach them babies generational health before it's too late.
Like, take LeBron, for example. LeBron, people don't understand how much of a, and if I said icon, that is totally, that would be definitely the wrong adjective. LeBron is a prophet. And I know some of y'all gonna hear me say that and be like, EnQi is super that is standum right there. Yo, this nigga, he's a LeBron addict. But no. Listen to what I'm telling you. He's not a prophet in his ability to articulate himself verbally and say, hey guys, this and this and this and this. But remember, you don't see with your eyes and you don't hear with your ears. It's with your mind. So if you know what's actually going on in the world and you see a LeBron and you're able to really fully see him, you understand that he's breaking a zillion different stereotypes. He's literally changing the world by going and playing in the Olympics. Now, pay attention. People saw Steph Curry last 2 games, and they're like, oh, Steph Curry should have been the MVP. How? LeBron literally led the team in every category. Every category. In fact, Steph Curry, with his last game, edged LeBron in points. So LeBron didn't lead the team in points. Steph Curry averaged 14.8 and LeBron averaged 14.2 or 14.3. Like, in every other category, LeBron is leading the entire team and tied basically for leading the team in points at 1,000 years old. That's genetics. You got a lot of people trying to say, oh, yeah, LeBron must be on steroids. You niggas are confused. That's only ignorance speaking. Am I saying that LeBron's not on steroids? No. But what I am saying is that has nothing to do with his genetic blessing, because you got 1,000 other NBA players that's on steroids. You got people that's on steroids that use steroids and have a heart attack. No, wait, it's niggas that use steroids and have a heart attack. They have a stroke, a brain aneurysm. They like, so you can't say, oh, he's on steroids. What does that mean? What does that mean? They just suspended like 20 players last season for steroids. Nobody is able to do this 20-something years in. So what is he demonstrating? He's showing the genetics. He's showing literally the genetics. This is genetics he's demonstrating. He's showing you the genetics. Boom. That's why they play games with his father on the internet, right? They play games with his father on the internet because they're looking at his mom's. The people that know. The people that don't know, they just think it's cute. Oh, yeah, who's LeBron dad? Oh, yeah, I bet you his dad hating him. Like, it's just gossip. For the people that understand what LeBron really represents, they want to know, where is LeBron's father? They want to answer to that because they want to know where the genetics, how did these genetics line up like this? Right? Because we look at his mom and she may have some genetics. Obviously, she has some because he got dealt. Like, you know how you play spades? And sometimes you get 2, 3 books, 4, 5. Like every so often, you and your partner could run 10 straight books. Like that doesn't happen all the time. Like every so often, a hand gets dealt by mistake. And you could run 10, 12 books straight. Like you got all the cards. Right? That's kind of what happened with LeBron.
Let me ask you this. Does LeBron look like a genetic freak to you?
He is a freak of nature, yes. He won the genetic lottery, and he is the equivalent of the first person, or one of the only people, one of the few people to win $1 billion lottery. There's been a lot of people that's won $100 million, $200 million, $500 million dollar lotteries, genetically. But I think LeBron might be one of very few that won the $1 billion lottery.
That's yeah, I think that's spot on, man. Well, yeah, I mean, you're kind of a winner already if you hit 6'8", 6'9", but then to have like a frame that can put on 240 pounds,
Sure,
still be agile,
solid muscle, be fast, quick, explosive. It's not fair.
I guess like how do you have a bad game on a basketball court when if your jumper's not falling, you can just literally drive down the lane and just explode niggas, and just dunk all over them when you want.
So of course his mom got some genes, his dad got some genes, but the genes came. So even when I'm trying to explain this to you from so many different directions out there, people, because we really don't understand the importance of this. Even when we go back again to the Bible, right? When we go back to the Patriarch, when we go back to ancient times, right? What you guys are doing is you're letting people with certain sexual preferences distort your view of history. That's what's going on. You have people with different sexual preferences, people with political agendas to impress these people because money and all kinds of distorting your view of the past. The reason that arranged marriages happened, the core reason was to produce the best offspring. It wasn't money. It wasn't money. What happens is there are instances throughout history where marriage was used as a military strategy. Marriage was used as a way for a come up. And those instances became famous stories. So because those instances became famous stories and those stories were retold in books and later on TV shows and movies, our view of arranged marriages is distorted. Arranged marriages primarily happen between well-off families. So you don't have this need for a few dollars and people beating people for money in a place where there's poverty. Like if there's wealth all around, you don't need, it's not about that, right? It was about longevity. It was about longevity. That was the consistent theme. Now, when you have people bargaining out of desperation, then, military things, political things, money comes into play. I'm not taking none of that off the table. But there was a science to creating offspring. And at a certain point, because of all those other things where people were using marriage as a tool to assume power, it kind of got relegated to the royal families. And so royal families had specific practices. And some of those practices even leaked over into the States, where you would see wealthy slave owners, right? Wealthy slave owners. These are people, they got, half a damn, what we would consider to be a state now, was, like they had like damn near half a state. They would own the whole, with 500 slaves or crazy, but they would make babies, and they would have quote unquote bastard children, which are mulattoes and that whole. But even amongst their desired children, they would still have a black woman breastfeed. They would have a black woman breastfeed. Right? Now, in order for a black woman to breastfeed, that means this black lady has to stay in a state of lactation. So now, every so often, she has to have a baby so that when this planned baby comes, this woman here who's fed a certain way, she doesn't eat with the slaves. The black woman that's breastfeeding the baby, she don't eat with the slaves. She's eating a certain way. She has access to books, reading material, et cetera, et cetera. She's in the big house. Why? Because it's something different in the milk. It's something different in the milk. Right? So these practices of having royal, wieners. Pause. That sounded crazy, but back in the days, a wiener was a woman that breastfed the baby. So, like I've been saying for the longest, listen, when we talk about pets, this shit regular. When I bought my Rottweiler, it was like I didn't realize the difference was so much. I didn't realize the difference was so much. First of all, to buy an intelligent dog, if you ask about humans, you can't buy, intelligence that's not a heritable trait. That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. That's a bold-faced lie. That's every kind of lie. Intelligence is absolutely heritable, period. So are the habits of nurturing intelligence. These are heritable because when you're talking about intelligence, there's levels to it. So what's heritable, what you can inherit from your parents is brain development. So now, two people with really well-developed brains, if they have a child, if you take two parents with really well-developed brains, they have a child, you put that child in a room. You take two parents that have underdeveloped brains, they have a child, you put that child in a room. You give those two children the same stimuli, the exact same stimuli. The child from the two parents with the really developed brains is going to outperform the other child. Okay, where the hell did this mosquito just disappear to? Literally, a big mosquito just came in here and blended into the green screen. I cannot see this nigga. Woo, nigga! Yo, and he is on me. I'm the only one in here. So he is literally, mosquitoes are hunters. That is the apex predator on Earth. You might think it's a killer whale, a gorilla, a lion, a tiger. As a species, snakes, centipede, whatever, scorpion, nothing kills like mosquitoes. Yeah, mosquitoes are the apex predator on planet Earth. Period. And he is in here somewhere watching me, because that's what they do. They stalk you. They hunters. So he is in here somewhere, blending in, watching me, getting ready to try to zap me. It's all right. Because when his ass bite me, it's going to be something in my blood that's going to bite him. We're going to bite each other. We're going to bite each other. But listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is serious, though. And so we went from the kitchen chemistry book, though. We went from the kitchen chemistry book And then we went to, I did it again. So after the kitchen chemistry book comes the orthorexia book. Correct. After the kitchen chemistry book, we go here. Right? So there's certain questions. There's certain questions that I got from the kitchen chemistry book that not only led me to write this book, but also to start a series of books dedicated to the skin, right? Dedicated to the skin. So I wonder what book. I think it's the heartbeat book. If you don't have the heartbeat book, you need the heartbeat book. But in the heartbeat book, I talk about the fact that your heart, like literally the valves of your heart are leaves. The valves of your heart are leaves. Like leaves off a tree. The valves of your heart are leaves, just like the leaves off a tree, like this. So when I say believe in yourself, as an entendre, right? It's an entendre. It's at the minimum, it's a triple entendre. At the minimum, right? Believe in yourself, right? We're talking about how much greens you need to eat. Then we're talking about the heart health, right? And then from there, y'all have the Melanin book, right? I gotta assume y'all have the Melanin book. Electrician Manual #1, right? You have to have these books, right? But in that book, we talk about cardiac melanocytes, and we talk about them in a way that, first of all, nobody has ever discussed or even written about, because I'm the first person to even discuss cardiac melanocytes on the entire internet. On the entire internet, period. I am reference #1, right? The first person to discuss cardiac melanocytes, because how do I know that? Because when I first started to have the conversation, there was only one article written on cardiac melanocytes. One article. So it hadn't hit mainstream yet, period. Now, of course, we had assumptions, hypotheses, estimated guesses, from the time of Richard King on up. But not until Melanin versus Diabetes as a movement, were we able to substantiate that stuff scientifically, put it out in the documentary, put it out in the books, put it out on the internet, and then actually show. Like we literally showed. Let me see if I got that inside this computer right now. Because we went as far as to show cardiac melanocytes. Like this ain't, we don't play this shit on this side of town. Let me see. Wait a minute, what's this right here? What's this right here? Yeah, maybe y'all need to check this out real quick while I'm looking around. Yeah, let me remind y'all. Let me remind y'all something real quick while I'm looking around here. Y'all can look at this. Yeah, y'all deal with this real quick while I'm in the files.
For a long time, African-centered scholars and academics have pressurized Egyptian antiquities to allow for the testing of skin pigmentation. This can be done via the measurement of the concentration of melanin to ascertain the exact skin tone of mummified individuals. Understandably, Afrocentric anthropologists have always been